Hello everybody, welcome to Just One Perspective. My name is Josh. Thank you so much for joining today. As you can see, I changed some things up, and even though I sat here for a moment thinking about the right way to start this video off, you probably saw, still took me a moment to correct myself and say the right words at the very beginning. Yes, I have done some rebranding. I had some fun today, and you saw the intro now. The music is new. I wasn't going to do that originally, but I thought that music has been a little bombastic. It's a little loud. It's in your face. And then I sit here and talk to you. So not only did I think that the name of the channel needed to be changed, it felt like it needed to be accompanied by a change in the overall tone, the theme, the appearance, everything about it. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Thank you all so much for those of you who either just gave me some positive comments or gave me really constructive feedback and your ideas as far as what name to choose. I felt like this one was the best out of all of the ones that I came up with, that you all came up with, that really encapsulated what this channel is about and what we talk about and what I do. And as I said, if I have guests on again, which I will at some point, then it'll be a bonus because it'll be just two perspectives. So whatever, we'll have fun with it. Thank you so much. I still think it's important for everybody to be a vigilant citizen out there. But for the purpose of this channel, let's move forward with this and let's see where it takes us. Let's have fun. Cheers to the future for this channel. Today's drink of choice, Screwball peanut butter whiskey. That's with a K, not a C. Don't forget that. And it is very smooth. Very smooth. So, also if you're wondering about this funny shirt that I have, it's another guy who does YouTube videos. His name is LA Beast. Totally different content. I just like the guy. He's funny. So, I'm not going to sit here and endorse him and say that he knows me or anything like that. Nobody knows me. That's okay. But he's just funny. So, there you go. A plug for him. Today, for this first episode of Just One Perspective, didn't want to talk about anything super different or anything out of the norm because, like I said, we're just changing the name, not the content. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, well, let me save the title of it for after. I don't know what I'm going to title this episode yet. You already know what that title is, but I don't know yet. So this will be a surprise for me as well. We'll work through it together. It'll be a fun time. So yesterday I joined a bachelorette party. Let me provide some context there because that sounds ridiculous. I am in a wedding party, and for the bachelorette party, the maid of honor asked the guy's side of the wedding party to join them for a couple games of laser tag. And I like laser tag. That's fun. I like games. We've talked about games on here. So yeah, I recently bought a new truck, and I piled everybody into it, all the other guys in the wedding party, including the groom, and we drove down, and we proceeded to have some food, and play some laser tag with the girls. We had the whole laser tag complex to ourselves, which that was really nice. So we learned the rules, and we went in and played. And prior to that, one of the members of the wedding party, I keep wanting to say the bachelor party, that's not yet, that's coming up. But one of the members of the wedding party on the groom's side has military experience. And so on the way down, he was talking about, here's what we should do. Here are the tactics we should use. And we're all like, yeah, this is going to be cool. Those girls aren't going to know what hit them. And we knew we were going to go in with uneven numbers. We wanted to do guys versus girls, and the girls had 12 to 14 of them, and we had 5 of us. 5 of us. And so we're like, we have to get this down. We have to come up with strategies and tactics so that we can make their numbers count for nothing. You know, you saw 300, right? The hot gates. We were going to do some hot gate action on them. Let's move on. I don't know. That could have sounded dirty. But anyway, so we're going to pull some Battle of Thermopylae on them. And we intended to use some military tactics that our friend has used. And some other guys in the group are like, yeah, I've done that on video games in Battlefield or something like that. Well, we get there, and yes, there's 5 of us, 12 of them, and we go in there and we come up with some strategy, some plans, and before I'm getting shot left and right. You get shot and you have to wait 3 seconds and you're back in. And I would get shot again, and I wasn't really hitting any of the targets in the target-rich environment, aka one of the girls. And the game ends. We had fun, but the game ends, and we men lost by 100 points, something like that. And the points were, if you shot somebody's gun, you get 200 points. Shoot them in the chest, 200 points. Shoot them in the back, 100 points, something like that. If you destroy their base, 2,001 points, something like that. So just to give you a sense of how close the score was. We were really close. So we realized, okay, this is a different game than military tactics, because in the military, if you're getting shot at, you have to keep your head down. But in this game, you just have a harness, a chest harness, so you just have to keep your shoulders down, okay? So you could pop your head up, and it can get shot by lasers as much as you want. And also, if you get shot, you don't just stay there, you keep running around. And one of the things we agreed to in the first game was no doing any lone wolf action. You stay with your partner, you stay with your squad, or whatever. Well, the second game, we're like, no, just we got to change everything up. This is not real life. These aren't real bullets. These tactics aren't one-to-one. It's not a one-to-one correlation. So we could have kept going with those initial tactics that work on the battlefield in real life, but this is a completely different game. We had to adapt to the game that we were actually playing. So I lone wolfed it the whole time. I camped out. I sabotaged them. So what I mean by that is when the girls would line up to shoot our base, I would shoot all 3 of their guns. Somebody would get up on a ramp, shoot down at them. We'd shoot up at them. We would split up. If I got shot, I would run around. I would keep moving. I would go behind them, stay in kind of one area, and let them move around a lot, but keep moving around in that one area. Well, I thought he was agreeing with me, but no, he's just chasing somebody out on the park or on the trail. So anyway, we changed up our tactics, and as we were walking out, one of the other guys said, I don't feel so good about that one. I was like, I feel a lot better. I got shot a lot less. I shot a lot more people on the opposing team. So it just felt better for me overall. The only tactic we had was, hey, let's go get their base and let's just come back and defend ours. That was it. Beyond that, weapons free, lone wolf it, go for it. We come out of there, and we beat them by 1,100 points. And I'm not sitting here and bragging because it's just laser tag, and we did have some advantages. We thought about it after. Since there were only 5 of us, one of us could shoot 5 of them, and they would respawn 3 seconds later, but if they shot us, they'd only get 1 shot, and they'd have to wait 3 seconds for us to spawn back in, or whatever. So, anyway, so I'm not just saying like, oh, it's laser tag, whatever, it was fun, we had fun. But there's a lesson to be learned. Jarvis! Hey! Sorry about that. He will not shut up. Jarvis! Get over here! Sometimes he needs a little direction. Come here. Come on. Settle down. Too much. Now I'm going to have to edit this. Thank you for that. Come here. You be good. You settle. Sheesh. Okay, anyway. So the moral of the story being that we could have gone in and played with the original tactics that we had from that first game into the second game. That was the world that we thought should be. But what we had to do was adapt to the world that actually was, the world that is. And this is not a battlefield. These aren't real weapons. They're not real bullets. Stick your head out and play the game that you're actually playing. And so this is what I tell people a lot of times, and I'm surprised I haven't talked about this on this channel yet, but you should be paying attention to the world that is, not the world that should be. And so this can apply to a lot of things in life. I see it mostly applied to people at work and how they're feeling at work, and they feel like, well, my work should just stand on its own, right? Well, and I shouldn't have to play politics. I shouldn't have to sell my work. Well, that is entirely not true, and it's because no matter what field that you're working in, you are working with other people. and other people don't see everything, or they're jealous, or they have other issues that you need to work through and deal with, and that's the world that is. I don't care if you're the smartest nuclear physicist on the whole planet. If you can't sell your product, sell yourself, and tell other people what you're actually doing and communicate it, you're not going to be successful as a nuclear physicist. And that's the world that is. But, oh Josh, shouldn't I just be able to be the best nuclear physicist? Shouldn't they just recognize? Well, then you're lazy. You're just lazy if you're not adapting to this world. Look at this. Look at how many things I have to adapt to right now. Do you hear those crows cawing or whatever those are? My God. I mean, they're distracting. I have to adapt to it. I can't make them stop. I can make Jarvis stop to a point, right? But he's not going to shut up just because I'm recording. I have to adapt to the world that is, the one that's around me. I can't sit here and daydream and wish and hope that it would adapt to me. That's ridiculous, and you're lazy if you're doing that. If we went into this laser tag game thinking that our tactics should work, but these should work. That's not fair. This works when I'm out in the field, when I'm doing it with my army buddies. It should work here. Well, that's real life, and those are different games. Actually, it's not entirely even real life. It's still training. It's combat training. It's still a simulation. Noise, ordnance. See? I have to adapt to that. But the laser tag game is not real life. It's got programming. It's got a certain set of rules. So I remember there was this one season of Survivor. I used to watch Survivor a lot, where one guy came in and he was a nasty guy. He was, what is it tonight? What time is it? Is this rush hour on Sunday? Oh my goodness. There was one guy who came in and he was just nasty to everybody, backstabbed everybody, and he was kind of a fan favorite because he was actually pretty good. He was pretty good at being sly and tricking people and that kind of thing, which I can respect him for that, even if I don't agree with his methods as much. But it got to the end, and if you don't know how Survivor's played, at some point you knock enough people out, but then they become the judges. So even as you're knocking them out, you still have to kind of win them to your side. You can't knock them out in a way that's really cruel and unusual. You have to do it sort of indirectly. You have to have some finesse to ease them out, to edge them out, so that they don't harbor a grudge against you when it comes time for them to vote for who should win the $1 million. I think it's a fantastic rule in the game. Too bad the game itself has gotten woke or whatever, won't watch it anymore. But I think that's an interesting twist to the game. So this one guy, at the very end, when they did the reunion episode to find out who won the $1 million, or whatever the amount is now, he didn't win because he angered every single person on the judge, every single judge on the jury, however you want to say. And he said to the producer, the guy who runs the show, you know what, this isn't fair. You should change the rules so that the audience votes for who gets to win. And he wasn't playing the game that is. He wasn't in the world that is. He was playing a game that he thought should be. He was in a world that he thought should be, and he lost because of it. Lazy. Didn't play the game. Didn't play the game the right way. So think about this. Next time you're saying that, shouldn't it just be this way? Shouldn't I not have to do this? Shouldn't people just recognize? Stop for a moment and think and realize that's not the world, and maybe it's wrong, maybe it's not right, maybe whatever. Maybe it's not fair, but that's the way it is, and you're just going to have to deal with it and adapt to it. Okay, I've rambled long enough. That is my perspective. That is just one perspective. Thank you all so much for being here. I always appreciate all of the dialogue and any comments or emails that I get, and just the fact that you watch. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Please feel free to send me any more comments or feedback about any of the changes I've made, good or bad. Just keep them constructive, please. I won't hesitate to delete stuff if you're just dropping F-bombs on me. Nobody's done that. I don't even know why I said that, but I would do it. I would do it. So I'm excited about it. I hope you all like it. Thank you all again for contributing your ideas to everything. And I've talked enough today. So again, that's just one perspective. Thank you all so much. Stay vigilant.